according to your respective time zones, everyone. I hope you all are well, staying safe and healthy at your place. Today, I, Astha Gupta, warmly welcome you to the 17th day of UN Sustainable Development Goal event. Today, we will be having a discussion on the 17th goal, that is partnership for the goals, and for the same, we have two speaker sessions and two student paper presentations. Let me introduce our eminent judges for today. Dr. Asena, she is an associate professor at Sakarya University Applied Sciences, Turkey, and Dr. K. Maran, he is the director of Sri Sairam Institute of Management Studies, Chennai, India. So, without any delay, let's start with our event. I would like to invite Dr. Asena. She is an associate professor at Sakarya University Applied Sciences, Turkey. She received the title of associate professor in 2019, in 2019, continues her study at Sakarya University of Applied Sciences, Faculty of Applied Sciences, Department of International Trade and Finance. She is also the founding president of the Afrokarya student community, which she founded within the Sakarya University and consists of students from all over Africa. We warmly welcome you, ma'am. The platform is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear Ashta. I want to share my screen first, if you let me. First of all, it is the last section, as you know, and the 17th goal is the main goal, who include all the goals, and it means partnership for the goals, UN Sustainable Development Goals. And first of all, I want to talk about the partnership for the goals. It means officially strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development. And SDG-17 refers to the need for cross sectors and cross countries collaborations in pursuit of all the goals by the year 2030. And while we look at the goal has 70 targets to be achieved by 2030, broken down into 5 categories: finance, technology, capacity building, trade, and systematic issues. Progress towards 19 targets will be measured by 25 indicators. It is a call for countries to align policies. SDG-17 is a vision for improved and more equitable trade, as well as coordinated investment initiatives to promote sustainable development across borders. It is about strengthening and streamlining a cooperation between nation states, both developed and developing also, using the SDGs as a shared framework and a shared vision for defining that collaborative way forward. It seeks to promote international trade and help developing countries increase their exports to ensure a universal rules-based and equitable trading system that is fair, open, and beneficial to all. With $5 trillion to $7 trillion in annual investment required to achieve the SDGs, total official development assistance reached $147.2 billion in 2017. This also studies below the set targets. In 2016, 6 countries met the international target to keep official development assistance at or above 0.7% of gross national income. In 2017, international remittances is amount to $613 billion, with 76% invested in developing countries. The bond market for sustainable business is also growing. In 2018, global green bonds reached $155 billion, up to 78% from 2017, sorry.
Yeah, Asena, we are seeing only slide 3.
And
slide 3, we are seeing.
Yes.
No,
Yes,
okay.
that's okay. That's okay.
Yes.
And I'm going on. Then, so sorry. I want to say about humanitarian crises brought on the conflict or natural disasters have continued to demand more financial resources and aid. Even so, many countries are require official development assistance to encourage growth and trade. The global progress map for SDG-17 shows that significant and major challenges remain the majority of the world. Many regions of strong economic status platform were poorly, like the United States and much of Europe. And I want you to examine the tables. I will show you the next slide. This is very important for us because we can share and compare what happened after COVID-19 process. I mean 2020. And I want to go on. Support for implementation, the SDGs has been steady but fragile, with major and persistent challenges. Financial resources remain scarce, trade tensions have been increased, and crucial data are still lacking. The COVID-19 pandemic is now threatening past achievements, with trade, foreign direct investment, and remittances all projected to decline. The pandemic also appears to be accelerating existing trends of global value chain decoupling. One of the few bright spots at this time, this is the increased use of technology as people flock to the internet to work, shop, and connect with others. But even this draws attention to a still enormous digital divide. Containing COVID-19 requires the participation of all governments, the private sector, civil society organizations, and ordinary citizens around the world. Strengthening multilateralism and global partnership are more important than ever. And by the end of 2020, 21 of the 169 Sustainable Development Goal targets will have measured. This summary reviews progress made towards those targets at the global level based on available data as of June 2020. It takes stock of how far the world has come in meeting these commitments by mid-2020 and provides an assessment in stoplight colors. Of these 21 targets, 12 are linked to the United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity, biodiversity targets. The biodiversity-linked SDG targets are grouped together on this page. And also, we can say that all the goals of the United Nations, along with the COVID-19 pandemic process, pointed out to us unity and togetherness will overcome every difficulty and problem that we have. Thanks for listening and hope to enjoy this section. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for an insightful presentation. Shall we proceed?
Thank you very much, Dr. Asena. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Shall we proceed, sir?
I'm trying to. Yes, thank you. Who helped me?
Okay. So next we have with us Dr. K. Maran. He is the director of Sri Sai Ram Institute of Management Studies, Chennai, India. He has published around 210 articles in various national and international journals. He has also organized 12 international conferences, 40 national conferences, 400 seminars, and 40 faculty development programs and workshops. He is also providing career guidance for more than 2 lakh students across the world. We warmly welcome you, sir. The platform is all yours.
Thank you very much for your wonderful opportunities. Very good evening to one and all person here. Here I am really very proud and privileged to present my views about the Sustainable Development Goal 17. Yes. Yes. What happened? Yes, 2 minutes. Please, 1 minute. My slide is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Very sorry. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'm really very proud to associate with this global academic platform. And also, I have more passionate to discuss about sustainable development goal. So in this aspect, I'm grateful to thank the organizer given a wonderful chance with this. The partnerships and goals are very, very important. The partnerships where we can start, which is to be initiated from our home itself, our friend circle itself, then the country aspect itself. So the alignment or the partnerships are very, very important. Even in the business coach, what is the main important parameters? The best to partner is a best to partner for your business. So like this, the 17 goals, the partnerships goals are very, very vital part of every country to align each and everyone to show your progress. So in this aspect, need for cross sectors and cross country collaborations by 2030, which is already framed by the United Nations. I think today almost all countries join together, interdependent, mutual understandings, whatever the sectors, whatever the issues, whatever the problems, everything which is sort of only with the partnerships. So it is mainly the countries to align policies. Take for instance, today our external external affairs ministers visiting so many foreign countries. The many foreign country external affairs ministers visiting to India. So every country, the main aspect is to align policies. The policy itself, alignment or the frequency of mind or the wavelength or what do you call here? The perception or the perceptual about the policies are very, very important. And also the vision for improved and equitable trade. The main aspect, the policy is very, very important. How your policies are aligned, the wavelength, the frequency of mind between the two countries in terms of the policies, in terms of the regulations, in terms of the strategies. According to the policies, we need to implementing the vision for improved and more equitable trade the trade is one of the powerful parts to determine the every country economy, every country employabilities, every country per capita income. So the trade, the equitable trades are very, very important. Even the less developed countries or the underdeveloped countries or developing countries or developed countries. So how to maintain the equitable trades are very, very important. In addition to this, in these partnership goals, the international trade, investment measures, WTO, OECD, World Bank. So their contributions are very, very important to attain the goals, to improve our society, to maintain the equitable trades in the international levels. So this is the partnership, the basic concept. So generally the partnerships and goals, which is mainly focused, targeted 5 more areas. I think the earlier presenter, the sister presented very highly, but impressive. So the targeted areas, every concept, every movement, finance is one of the basic part. The finance in the sense, what is the vitamin M, which is mainly focused for individual aspect, institutional aspect, industry aspect, or the country aspects, or the societal aspect. So the finance is one of the most target in our partnership goals. So the finance, how to indicate the debt services, the financial services, as a proportion of exports of goods and services, the debt services. Because how much you are involved for export of goods and services. So the financial aspect, how you are sharing how you are borrowing, the borrowing capacities, the lending capacities, how you are using such money, the money values, everything, the finance is very, very important. Then the technological, the second targets in the partnerships and goals, about 17, technology is very, very important. Today you see the technologies, collaborative technologies. Without collaborations, there is no cooperations. So the collaborations and cooperations are very, very important. I think the few of the countries developing technologies, the other countries utilizing technologies. And other countries utilizing technologies, we also utilizing technologies. Today in the pandemic period, we are not in a position to connect each and everyone. So the electronics gadgets or the internet and some other powerful media always supporting to connect each and everyone. So the science and technology cooperations agreements, which is mainly for the development of every countries. Even without the technologies, some of the countries sustaining in the world market. Even the tech, for instance, Singapore is one of the best example. There is no technology development, there is no cultivations, there is no technology, there is no manufacturing. Nothing is there, but they are utilizing others' technology for their betterment. So their currency value is something different. So the country performance something different. The per capita income is something different. So like many countries are there. So without coordinations, without cooperations, without partnerships, we never utilize their technologies. So the technology aspect is also one of the important part in our partnerships and goals. Then the capacity buildings. So the capacity buildings is very, very important of every individual, every country, and every society. So the dollar value of financials and technical assistance committed to the developing countries. So without economical assistance, technical assistance, financial assistance, we never equip our skills. So the capacity buildings are very, very important. How you are measuring the values. Today, the countries are generating more incomes through the financial resources, technological resources. How we are supporting for the countries, which is really very, very important. Then you need to talk about the trade. Developing countries and least developed countries share of the global exports. So I think today what we are doing here, whatever those days, what is the barter systems? But today what happening is all electronics goods, automation goods, which are exported from Japan, Taiwan, China, Korea. There are so many countries are there. They're exporting even US is one of the most largest importers country in the world. At the same time, the country currency values is something different. The economical value is something different. Per capita value is something different. But why we are doing here, the trade cooperations, trade coordinations are very, very important. So without trade cooperations, without trade coordinations, you never sustain anything in the world market. Not only in the world market, even if you want to sustaining your country itself, or the particular country citizen itself, The trades were very important. Don't think about locally I can trade. The global trades are very, very important. So we need to get high collaborations, the coordinations between the countries. So there you need to do the policies are very, very important. The regulations are very, very important. Apart from that policy and regulations, the leaders' mindsets are very, very important. Their wavelength is very, very important. The way of focusing up for the communities are very, very important. So these are the way to framing the goals. These are the way to for framing the policies. So trades are very, very important. Then the systematic issues, number of countries with mechanisms in place to enhance policy coherence of sustainable development. So today, I believe I trust only the policy. The policy is one of the most powerful part or the pillar or what do you call it, the pills for sustaining of the countries. So I used to tell there are many countries. The policy itself very, very important. The Hong Kong those days, the policies. The Singapore is very important. Then what happened? The European countries are very, very important. The policies coherence of sustainable development. So these are the various targets which are measured, which are framed in 17 goals, SDG goals. These are all very, very important. So you need to be focused. So why I'm saying without these partnerships, there are 16 goals which are not used, which is not possible to implement. So where I can do even the family happiness, the partnerships, they're both people mindsets are very, very important. Their mutual understandings are very, very important. So in this global aspect, the country to country, the partnerships is very, very important. Their collaborations are very, very important. Their cooperations are very, very important. So whatever you do, even you do the finance or the technology or trade or the systematic or the policies or export or import, whatever you do, right? The right partnerships are very, very important. That's why some of the countries having good relationship with so countries. Some of them, but there are some issues between the countries. What is the basic reasons behind it? As a leader, we should try to set our mind only for the people, only for the societies. Unless otherwise we never sustain anything in the world. So this is another one. So here the important partnerships for the goals, the Indian government is supporting it, but till 2019. So like many countries are supported to India. Now I would like to emphasize, but Indian countries supporting to our neighbor countries, the Bhutan 4.7 billion, Nepal 1,050 crores, Maldives 575 crores, Africa 450 crores, Mauritius 1,100 crores. Like many countries, what India is supporting to many countries. At the same time, many countries are supported to India. US also supporting, UK also supporting, right? United Arab Emirates also supporting, Turkey also supporting. So in different dimensions, Iran also supporting in terms of crude oils. So I think the importance of the partnerships in the sense how I'm supporting to my neighbor, how I'm gaining some from the neighbor. So everything, the mutual understandings, the give and take, the mutual understandings. How can I do the Indian government supporting what till 2019? So even in this importance of the partnerships for the goals, without significant progress on SDG-17, achieving the rest of the first 16 goals will be a near impossible task. Okay, that's what the 17 goals are very, very important. What I'm saying, you need to understanding of each people mind, each country mind. So that's what the significant progress on SDG-17. Achieving the rest of the first 16 goals will be never possible task. So I think you need to be more focused. I think maybe a quality of education, health, well-being, and so many goals are there. But for all these things, how can I implement? Even the first goal or the second goal, third goals, how can I implement? Suppose if you want to implement my countries, I can do, but today it's not like a independent. Everything's independent. Everything's interpersonal. Everything's interrelationship. Everything's alignment. So what I'm saying, the 17s are very, very important. So that's what you need to framing your mind, setting your mind for alliance or other agreements or the policy aspect. Everything's more important. In fact, some of the world's the richest countries are essentially failing. SDG-17 is especially troubling because of the structure of the goal itself. There are even the richest countries also failing. Why? Because I believe only the policy. The policy, because of the structure of the goal itself, the goal where it can do. The policies are very, very important. Without policy, the goal is not there. Without strategies, the goal is not there. So the structure of the policy, structure of the goal itself, very, very important. There are many richest countries failure. The richest country fails. The failure in the sense, I think they may be more power of rich in terms of money and dollar values. Where in this case of environmental aspects, or the well-being aspect, or the technological aspect, there are so many angles are there, so many dimensions are there. But out of 100 dimensions, 10 dimensions, I think the rich countries might be failure. So what is the basic reasons? The structure of the goal itself is very, very important. The 17th, the failing sustainability, the SDG-17 is especially troubling because of the structure of the goal itself. So this is an importance of the partnership of the goals. Then it is mainly called for those countries which are more well off to assume larger responsibilities. That could mean leading a coherent policies development targeted 17.4, I think, supporting capacity buildings in development countries 17.9. Then improving access to sustainable technologies for 17.7. So there are so many development of in emerging economies. So everything in terms of the policies, in terms of the capacity buildings, in terms of economical aspects, so these are all very, very important aspects. That's what I'm saying. Call for those countries which are more well off to assume a large responsibilities. As the country leader, the policy maker, you should be more focused on policy. The policy formulations, policy implementations, policy reviewing, which shows our quality of the life, which shows the country qualities, country development, economic development, banking development, financial development.
Sir, Manan, we can't see you.
Yeah, please. 2 minutes. Yes. Okay. Then the importance of the partnerships, the population trends research indicates developing regions will see 97% of the world's population's growth of 1.2 billion people between 2013 to 30. This is the result. So I think 97% world population's growth, 1.2 billion people between 2013 to 2030. What is my responsibilities? So we have n number of responsibilities. So how to align with others? How to lead our life? How to make more happiness in our life? So this is the importance of the partnerships goals. And last one is the assessment of the partnerships. When world leaders convinced in 2013 to assess how we have done with the SDGs. I think after 10 years, 9 years, the world leaders going to join in the meetings has grown the most in regions are most affected by issues of hunger, poverty, healthcare. I think these are now the reason for 168 million children are affected during this COVID-19. 150 million children who are lost their educations. There are so many reports, the critical situations, there are so many reports are there. How to reduce the poverty, how to reduce the hunger, how to improve our healthcare facilities. So even in India, the many countries, every country facing problems. So how to do what in 2030? So the every country leader, when you are in the United Nations to measuring that sustainable development goals, so you need to be analyzed in different dimensions. There are so many challenges. So for all these things, the minds are very, very important. The individual mind, the leader's mind, the society mind, the country minds are very, very important. So this is assessment partnership for the goals. Then and finally, the last slide, the partnerships fight against COVID-19. India supporting more than 150 countries. Last week, I think United Nations, our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi stated, we are still actually supporting more than 150 countries, those who are affected during this COVID-19. At the same time, India, attained more than 50 countries supporting to India in different, even the Japan, France, China, Pakistan, so many countries. Pakistan also invaded, Turkey also, United Arab Emirates, Malaysia, Singapore, so many countries. So this is the right time, because we are in a crisis. Every country is a crisis. So everyone should cooperate. Everyone should support. Without support, without coordination, without partnerships, we never attain anything. We never sustain anything. So with this, I can finish my sessions. Thank you very much for your great opportunities. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It was an honor for all of us listening to you. So, shall we proceed?
Yes.
Okay. So now we will proceed with the student paper presentation. And for the same, we have two students who will be presenting on today's code. First, I would like to welcome Chaitanya from Akdeniz University, Turkey, to present the paper.
Çağatay hazır mısın?
Yes, I'm ready, but I cannot share my screen now. I don't know why. I need permission, maybe.
So
Yes.
he needs permission, yeah, please.
Yes. Now, can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. First of all, thanks for this great opportunity that given to me for presentation, which related to Sustainable Development Goal 17. I am Çağatay and from Turkey, and now I'm doing my master's degree at Akdeniz University and in Department of Agricultural Economics. Today, I'm going to give some information about the threats of the running water while milk consumption. Mainly, I will focus on hydropower plants. As you know, water is the one of most vital elements of our both natural and our life. Although this awareness, malconsumption has been an issue recently. With pollution, with more usage of agricultural pesticides, also unconscious consuming, that kind of things, we are abusing it right now. For ages, people have been using the running water system for their daily needs, especially. Then after the design of water power machines, the revolution of industrial got accelerated. And also nowadays we have many kinds of usage for running water systems, such as transportation, industry, trade, residence, cultural and economical usage, and also sports. What is the transboundary water? It means basically the running water which born in a country then belong to other country or countries. That's why this topic I chose, and that's why this topic is really important for sustainable development about the world. If you look at the graphic, which in the right side of the slide, you can see we have nearly 150 agreements on transboundary water right now, and almost 40% of them about the power production. Power production. There are three different methods for power production right now in use in the world, and first one is hydropower plants, and we are using it a lot right now. And also the second and common usage part is about fossils, and the materials are petrol, natural gas, and coal. And the last, and I think the most dangerous one, is nuclear power production method. And this method is really dangerous for us. As you know, here is a great example for this Japan earthquake, and you all know about it, I think. Today, main focus of today is here, and I tried to do a small SWOT analysis for hydropower plants. And how about the strengths? We can say they are cheaper than the others if we compare it with the fossils and nuclear power production method. And it provides us effective power right now. And also we can say that they are really sustainable for our life, because there is no risky for our health. And also the last one is it needs only water power for power production. About weakness, the average of their life cycle about nearly 50 years. And also we all know about the water resource in the world right now. And they are being decreased nowadays, And also first investment cost about the hydropower plant project is really expensive than the others. How about opportunity? We have 85% remaining part. I mean, we can use them. We are only using 15% of our running order system in the world right now. And also, we can create a clean world with if we develop that kind of project in the world, we can create a clean world in the future. I mean. How about the threats? All the threats are important to consider, and a lot of people ignore this importance of running water system right now. That's why I want to talk. I want to give some information about the threats today. The first one about the climate change on the area near the dam or canal system. Many macroflora and fauna that living in these environments can be affected negatively if we change the climate on there. Also, consequently, there can be many epidemic variety on that location, and furthermore, these varieties may be essential for our health in future, but we can lose that kind of varieties with this climate change. The second one is about erosion. You all know about the erosion process. The particles are being transported in the running system, in the running water system, then collected at the end of the system. And that kind of location, that kind of land is so important for the agricultural business, and we call them delta. And with this kind of project, if the running water system is blocked with hydropower plants, with that kind of projects, we can lose that kind of potential qualified lands, I mean, for agricultural business. The second topic here, again, if running water is blocked with any project, and seawater, which is salty, can be raised into the running water system canal. The third one is about evaporation, humidity, I mean, and if running water is blocked with any project, the surface of water will be expanded, and consequently, there we can see macroflora which start to develop at the surface of water, and consequently the evaporation is accelerated before this potential. This is the last part that I want to say today, and this is the most important one, I think. And because of this, I have separated this to three parts. The first one is about salty water, which comes from the seaside, and as I said before, is if we make them slow, salty water can be raised into the channel system, and then it can be mixed with our drinkable water, so we cannot use it. The second one is about pesticides. This is the normal system. Pesticides drained by the soil, then go into the running water system. After that, go to directly seaside. But if running water is blocked unconsciously, I mean, especially if it is blocked, and the pesticides can be mixed with our drinkable water again, and we can face with really big, really great risky at the end. The last one is about sewage treatment. This is really important for our health, I think. And as you all know, the cleaning methodology about this dirt is really expensive, and I know, and I guess that many countries are caring about this process right now. But the natural process, the dirt go into the running water, after that go to the seaside directly. But if we make them slow again, the dirt can be mixed with our drinkable water, so we can face with really great disease, really big threat for our health. That's all from my side, and thank you for your listening today.
Thank you, Chaitanya, for your presentation.
You're welcome.
So now, next I would like to welcome Tanvi from Geetam University, India, to present the paper.
Yes, I'm here. I'll just share my PPT. Is it visible, Asta?
Yes, it is visible.
So a very good evening to all the dignitaries and to all my dear presenters. My name is Tanvi and I am done my graduation from Geetam University in BA Social Sciences, and currently I am looking forward to pursue MBA for my further studies. So I am here to talk about goal number 17, which is all about partnerships. My research has been done through secondary data, through newspaper, internet, and magazines. So I'll just start with the introduction. Okay, as we all know, Sustainable Development Goals, otherwise known as global goals, are set of objectives within a universal agreement to end poverty, protect all that makes the planet habitable, and ensure that all people live peacefully and in prosperity. We also know in 2015, heads of states and government agreed to set the world towards sustainable development with the adoption of 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. So basically, this agenda includes 17 goals, which we all know, and it aims to make the world socially equitable, ecologically bearable, and economically viable. So this Venn diagram includes all the three main aims of our sustainable development. These 17 goals form a cohesive and integral package of global aspirations the world commits to by achieving 2030. So I just mentioned all the 17 goals. And why I have mentioned the 16 goals, because the goal 17 is a kind of mechanism for driving all the pre-existing goals, and these 16 goals cannot be achieved without goal 17, which is all about partnership. So when the goal comes 17, the main question arises, what is partnership? A partnership is an agreement where parties known as business partners agrees to cooperate to advance their mutual interest. The partners in a partnership may be individual, businesses, interest-based organizations, schools, governments, or combination. The goal number 17 speaks the aims basically aims for strengthen the means of implementation and revitalization the global partnership for the sustainable development. It has also objectives to enhance the global partnership of sustainable development, complemented by multi-stakeholder partnerships, and mobilize and share knowledge, expertise, technology, and financial resources to support the achievement of the sustainable development goals in all countries, in particular developing countries. So this picture basically shows how the basic level of partnership exists in our day-to-day life. It builds strong partnership for sustainable development by mobilizing resources, sharing knowledge, promoting the creation and transfer of environmentally sound technologies, building capabilities, and tracking progress. So the first partner I want to introduce is social media. No doubt we all accept that social media is a very important part of our day-to-day life. Social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and more are giving people a chance to connect with each other across distances. In other words, the whole world is at our fingertips, all thanks to social media. It creates opportunities to keep people safe, informed, and connected. Social media not only help in our day-to-day life, but it also helped during the COVID-19 pandemic by educating people through social media platform can help reduce the mental health consequences of COVID-19 to manage the global health crisis. Next is the partnership in response to COVID-19. The worldwide impacts of COVID-19 has prompted an unprecedented all-sector rapid response. Government, international organizations, the private sector, resources, and development of required infrastructure for response and support. Such collaboration has been the backbone of global effort against COVID-19. The experiences of successful partnerships have increased understanding of the value of sharing knowledge, data, technologies, and resources. However, there are significant differences between developed and developing countries in accessing and developing these technologies, particularly pharmaceutical resources. Many developing countries face severe, urgent, and unique health challenges, and despite progress in improvement of public health and governmental capabilities over the last decades, the burden of the pandemic is still greater than that in higher income countries. Partnership has been crucial to enabling a more egalitarian distribution of resources. As the global community has embraced a more collaborative way of working to help overcome the challenges some countries are facing, the coordination between international institutions, the public sector, professional organizations, and academia has become a key factor in the effectiveness of emergency response. There is not only one way to successfully collaborate, and each partner needs to be designed to respond to its specific context. Experience from leading institutions in establishing partnership is key and can support others in, in the rapid response needed for effective collaboration. So the major two question arises when we talk about goal 17 is how much progress have we made, and as partners what would we need to do to achieve the agenda. So the first one I would like to answer as support for implementing the SDGs has been sturdy but fragile with major and persistent challenges. Financial resources remain scarce, trade tensions have been increasing, and crucial data are still lacking. The COVID-19 pandemic is now threatening past achievements also, with trade and foreign direct investment. A growing share of global population has access to the internet, and technology bank for least developed countries has been established, yet the digital divide persists. Next, as partners, what would we need to do to achieve the agenda? I think we need to mobilize both existing and additional resources, technology, development, financial resources, capacity building, and developed countries. We also need to fulfill these official development assistance commitments. Multi-stakeholder partnership will be crucial to leverage the interlinkages between the sustainable development goals to enhance their effectiveness and impact and accelerate progress in achieving the goals. Lastly, I would like to conclude that somewhere we are lacking to achieve goal number 17, and partnership take time, uh, and they can be really difficult, but it is still needed, and that's why we have goal number 17. Development cooperation aid is scarce. We need to improve aid and development efficiency and find ways to come together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tanvi.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was it for the student presentations. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Yogesh sir for sharing some insightful thoughts with us.
Thank you, Asta. Thank you very much. So if we talk about the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goal 17, it refers to the need for cross-sector and cross-country collaboration in pursuit of all the goals by the year 2030. SDG 70 is a vision for improved, you can say, and more equitable trade, as well as coordinated investment initiative to promote sustainable development across the borders, across the countries, across the borders. So SDG 17 calls for a global partnership for sustainable development. The goal highlights itself the importance of global macroeconomic stability and the need to mobilize financial resources from developing countries, from international sources, as well as through strengthened domestic capacities for revenue collection. So my sincere thanks to today's speaker, Dr. Asina, and I think our second speaker, Dr. Maran. So thank you very much for your detailed presentation and enlighten the students, the participant with your views. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yogesh sir, for sharing such wonderful and knowledgeable thoughts with us. This marks an end to another day at UN Sustainable Goals event. I would like to thank all the. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to Tradepreneur Global Academic Platform UK. I would like to give special thanks to the speakers, student presenters, and attendees of the conference. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for your nice opportunities. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you
Thank you,
all.
sir.
Thank
Welcome
you
to
all
India. Welcome to
presenters,
India. Welcome to India. Be
speakers.
safe. Stay back at your home. I'll be in touch with you. God
Okay.
bless you. Convey regard to family and friends and your country people. Thank you very much. Given a wonderful chance. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.